Okay, so welcome to today's math lesson. Today we'll be doing Module 5, Lesson 15. By the end of today, you will be able to say, I can place any fraction on a number line with endpoints 0 and 1. So we started doing this yesterday, and now we're going to take it just a little bit further. The materials that you need for today's lesson are whiteboard supplies, which are your whiteboard markers, whiteboard eraser. You will need page 65 and 67 from your workbook, and you will need a pencil. If you need to pause the video to go grab those supplies, go ahead. I know what all of you are thinking is you're wondering what is going to go on for Friday, so do not worry, we will do what we normally do on Fridays. There will not be a lesson. You will want to catch up on your Zearn, but I'm thinking I'll probably find something else fun math related that you can do in place of a lesson. So you will have your normal free time Friday. So do not worry about that. So, hold on just a minute because I need to get my pen app open here real quick. Okay, so that I can do the writing. All right, what we are going to do is locate the point 2/3 on a number line. So yesterday we did essentially the same thing. So what I'm going to do is first on my number line, I need to break it into 3 pieces because it says we're trying to find thirds. So I'm going to make my best guess at where thirds are. Okay, and that looks like 1, 2, 3 pieces. I'm going to go ahead and label my pieces. So over here, so far I have 0 thirds. Now I have 1 third, 2 thirds, and when I get to 1 whole, I have 3 thirds because I've used all of my thirds. Well, I need to locate the point 2/3 on my number line, and that point is right here. So I'm going to put a point on 2/3, and that is where 2/3 is on our number line. Okay, this next one, I'd like you to get your whiteboard out and do along with me. So the first thing I need to do, it says locate the point 3/5 on the number line. So if I'm doing fifths, I know I need to break my line into 5 pieces. So I'm going to do my best to make those 5 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again, you're doing your best to make sure that they are equal pieces. I'm going to label each of those marks. First, I have 0 out of 5. Next point, I have 1 piece out of 5 pieces. 2 out of 5 pieces, which is 2/5. 3 out of 5 pieces, 3/5. 4 out of 5 pieces, which is 4/5. And 5 out of 5 pieces, or 1 whole, 5/5. Now we need to locate the point 3/5. Well, right here is 3/5. I'm going to go ahead and put a point, and that is where 3/5 is on my number line. Go ahead and erase your whiteboard. Get out your problem set. We're going to work through this together. First it says, number 1, estimate problem set is page 65. in case you were still trying to get that out. Page 65, write your name. Number 1 says, estimate to label the given fractions on the number line. Be sure to label the fractions at 0 and 1. So essentially they want us to label all of the fraction pieces. Write the fractions above the number line. Draw a number bond to match your number line. Okay, so over here you can see that they have 2/3. So they want us to find 2/3. First I look at this number on bottom. This number on bottom tells me I need to break my line into 3 pieces. So I'm going to 1 piece, 2 and 3 pieces. Now I need to locate 2/3, but I need to label each piece. So I'm going to label this one 1 out of 3 pieces, which is 1/3. Label this one 2 out of 3 pieces, which is 2/3. Well, 2/3 was the piece that I was trying to find. So I'm going to put my dot right there. And then if you look at the number bond, they did 1 whole and they broke it into 2 pieces. Well, this first jump that we do is all the way to 2/3. So the first number over here is 2/3. Then to get to 1 whole, we only need to jump 1 more time, or 1/3. And we can check our work. 2 plus 1 equals 3, which is our number on bottom. So we know we've gotten to 1 whole piece. Okay, let's go ahead to B. They want us to find 3/4. Now this one they did not start labeling for us. So first we're going to break it up into 4 pieces because we need fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 pieces. We need to label the first piece, which is 0 out of 4 pieces, or 0/4. Then we have 1 piece out of 4 pieces altogether, which is 1/4. 2 pieces out of 4 pieces altogether, which is 2/4. 3 pieces out of 4 pieces altogether, which is 3/4. And finally, all 4 pieces out of our 4 pieces altogether, which is 4/4 or 1 whole. So now we've labeled our fraction. We need to figure out where 3/4 is. Well, we know 3/4 is here. Put our point. And then we need to make our number bond. We have 1 whole. We're going to break it up into our 2 pieces, or our 2 jumps. So our first jump is all the way to 3/4, which is really 1, 2, 3 little jumps. So the first one is 3/4 because we jump that far. Then our next jump is just 1/4. We can check our work because 3 plus 1 equals 4, and we had 4 pieces altogether. If you need to pause the video to catch up on that, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and move on to part C. Okay, part C has 3/5. So first I need to break it up into 5 pieces because I have my 5 on bottom. One, 2, 3. Oh, my pieces are a little messed up. I'm going to try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to label each of my pieces. at 0, I have 0 out of 5 pieces. At the first line, I have 1 out of 5 pieces. Here I have 2 out of 5 pieces, or 0/5, 1/5, 2/5. Let's keep going. 3 out of 5 pieces, or 3/5. 4 out of 5 pieces, or 4/5. And finally, 5 out of 5 pieces, which is 5/5, or 1 whole. Now I need to mark where my 3/5 is. 3/5, because over here it wants us to find 3/5. Next, I'm going to make my number bond. I need 1 whole and 2 pieces, which are my 2 jumps. So 1 whole. My first jump is all the way to 3/5, which is really 1, 2, 3 jumps. So I jump 3/5. My next jump is all the way to here, which is really 1, 2 jumps. So that is 2/5. And I can check my work because 3 plus 2 equals 5. Part D. D is broken into sixths. So I'm going to first break it in half, and then break it into each part into thirds, and that kind of helps me get 6 equal pieces. Let's check my work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm going to label. So here I have 0 pieces out of 6, 0/6, 1 piece out of 6, 1/6, 2 pieces out of 6, 2/6, 3 pieces out of 6, 3/6, 4 pieces out of 6, 4/6, 5 pieces out of 6, 5/6, and finally all 6 pieces out of 6 pieces altogether, which is 6/6, or 1 whole. Now over here it wants us to find 5/6, which is right here. I put my point at 5/6. Now I need to make my number bond, which starts with 1 whole. I'm going to break it into 2 pieces. My first jump is from 0 all the way to 5/6. So I'm going to count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. 5/6. And then my other is from 5/6 to 6/6, which is just 1 piece out of the 6 pieces, which is 1/6. And I can check my work because 5 plus 1 equals 6. Last one. This one is tenths. It wants us to divide it into 10 pieces. Okay, so first I'm going to break it in half, and then each side needs to have 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check my work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. Okay. I have 10 pieces. I'm going to start over here. First I have 0 pieces. Oh, my pen is not writing. Out of 10, which is 0/10. 1/10. 2/10. 3/10. So I'm labeling each line. 4/10. 5/10. 6/10. 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and finally all 10 pieces out of 10, 10/10, or 1 whole. Now it wants us to find 3/10, so I'm going to put a point at where my 3/10 is. And then I'm going to make my number bunch. 1 whole. I'm going to break it into 2 pieces. My first jump is from 0 to 3. And so that's 1, 2, 3. We jump 3 pieces out of 10. The next is from 3 all the way to 10. So we jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times out of 10 pieces altogether. And we can check our work. 3 plus 7 does equal 10. So we have used all our pieces. Okay, this one is kind of a lot of writing, pretty similar to what we did yesterday. We're just changing our number bonds a little bit and making sure that our pieces add up to 1 whole. So if you have any questions on that, make sure you comment on Google Classroom and feel free to ask them. I'm going to go ahead and give you your 10 minutes of homework time. Homework is page 67. Hold on. Number 1, which is the whole page. Remember, try to get as much done as you can in that 10 minutes, and then log on to Zearn and do lesson 15.
Yeah. What's that? Cushion. Can I hold it?
Hold on. All right, nice work. Go ahead and take a break from that homework, log on to CERN, catch up to lesson 15, and I will be looking out for a fun activity for you to do tomorrow for your free time math. All right.